Building confidence. Part 3. 5 ways to train your brain and boost your self-esteem. Before I proceed, I request you to stay to the end of the video and please subscribe for access of more coming videos. Let's start. 5 ways to train your brain and boost your self-esteem. It can be hard to tell if someone is truly confident, or just good at hiding their fears. Often we find that the loudest, most boisterous people are often the most self-conscious. In psychology, the term self-esteem is used to describe a person's overall sense of self-worth or the personal value. Self-esteem can involve a variety of beliefs such as the opinion of one's own appearance, beliefs, emotions and behaviors. At the end of the day, it boils down to how confident you are with yourself, your career and your relationships. When beliefs about our own abilities are limiting, they can begin to consume our mind. Sometimes to the point where they become a fear. Over time it can get worse, as the negative feeling that comes along with the fear hangs onto our conscience. Eventually, our brain begins to associate that feeling to other unrelated areas of our lives. Before we know it, this fear that stemmed from one incident is now infecting everything we do. Because of this, it can be difficult to determine the root cause of an interrelated issue like that. Here are 5 ways to help you eliminate your fears and raise your confidence. 1. Stop comparing other people's strengths to your weaknesses. 2. Use fears to your advantage. 3. Caring about what people think about you is good and worrying about what they think is pointless. 4. You think people know more about you than they actually do. 5. Confidence comes from action, not outcome. 1. Stop comparing other people's strengths to your weaknesses. Often when our self-esteem is not solidified, we create this vulnerable identity that is affected by the situations we are in and the people we are around. When entering social settings, we end up getting into this habit of recognizing how good people are at things, and how we don't match up. For instance, if we see remarkable people who perform well, we say, wow, that person is much better at speaking than me, that person exudes way more confidence, that leader has so much more charisma and influence, etc. Unfortunately, what we don't realize is that no matter who we are around, we are constantly trying to identify where we are lacking. Over time, this process literally trains your brain to disregard your strengths, and it puts you into a reactive mental state which in the end causes stress and wreaks havoc on your performance. It's imperative to start appreciating other people's strengths. Instead of seeing them as competition, consider it an opportunity to learn how you can develop your own skills. This new perspective will change your behavior, relax your mind and help regulate your emotions. Your brain learns from repetition, so begin doing this immediately and over time it will become second nature. Always remember the saying, if you are the smartest person in the room, then you are in the wrong room. 2. Use insecurities to your advantage. Look at any fear you have as a clue. Yes, they are not enjoyable, but they are a symptom to a root cause. Recognizing where your thoughts, feelings and actions intersect in different areas of your life can disclose the underlying issue. You may work with a client who notices that she is very confident at work and around her colleagues but feels insecure in her relationship. Issues like this are hard to identify but don't necessarily mean you are with the wrong person. We discover that what she values most and what makes her feel good is recognition. If she is recognized for her actions, it makes her feel validated and appreciated. Fortunately for her, she is doing well at her job and is being praised by everyone there and her work is great. However, when she goes home, her husband stops verbalizing what he appreciates about her. He still loves her, but in his mind he feels that she just knows it. So after she told him that recognition was vital to her existence, he immediately changed his approach to their relationship. Now she feels confident at work and around him. Ask yourself, how do you know when you are doing a good job? What has to happen in order for you to feel accomplished, happy or loved? Are these things happening in your life? 3. Caring about what people think about you is good. Worrying about what they think is pointless. In social settings, many people determine their feelings and actions based on how others treat them. They rely on others to determine their own personal value and self-worth. It is a limiting thought pattern that gives them no control over any situation. To eliminate this, first understand that if you are generally interested in others and treat them with respect, there isn't much more you can do in the moment. Be confident that you put your best step forward, and if it's not being reciprocated, move on. Always focus on your purpose. If your purpose is honest, then simply treat everyone the same way you expect to be treated. 4. You think people know more about you than they actually do. If there is something you are fearful about in your life, chances are you have spent a lot of time thinking about it. Every time something triggers that fear, you become abundantly aware of it. Understand that thinking about it so much has conditioned your brain to pick up on hints in your environment that could be related to this fearfulness. By being on high alert all the time, your brain becomes hypersensitive to everything as it tries to protect you. Over time, you often begin to think that other people can see your lack of confidence and are aware of your fears. You can reassure yourself that no one knows. You have just been living with this for so long, that you see your fear reflecting in everything that people say and how they act. 5. Confidence comes from action, not outcome. The first step to personal change is awareness. Now that you are aware of these underlying thought patterns, you can begin to take action. But always remember that confidence is built in the action you take, not the result it produces. Stop relying on the outcomes of situations or the reactions of others to determine if you can feel good or not. Train your brain to feel confident without needing to see the result first. This will give you full control over your self-esteem, so you are no longer vulnerable to people or circumstance. Please subscribe, like and press the bell for more coming new videos of the same topic. Thank you for your time.